was sent here for a reason. It's to help you awaken your Kundalini energy. And no, it's not some type of pasta. It's not Kundalini yoga. It's not, you probably don't even know what it is. Most of you, because really, to really know it, you have to have experienced it. And I couldn't have imagined something like this. I didn't even know about this, but I couldn't have imagined something like this had I not experienced it. I mean, the words can't describe this level of experience. When somebody says you're going to be at one with the world, what the fuck does that even mean? At one with the world? It's so vague, you know? But through a Kundalini experience, you really feel that, I think, in ways that you can't even know it otherwise, you know? So it's my job to help you understand this, because by understanding it, you can know what to look for. That's the key. If you don't know what to look for, you're not going to find it. You may find it spontaneously, but it's very unlikely. But if you know what to look for, the chances of you finding this and activating this energy within yourself are tremendously greater. So stick around, because I will do my best, my utmost best, because that's my purpose, to help you. And I'll help you find this energy within yourself. And within her, I'm helping her find her Kundalini energy and activate it. And, you know, I believe that slowly we're working towards that process. It's an experience of the soul. You're meant for it. And let's say in our case, she's with me 24/7. So there is what's called Shaktipat. It's a common term in yogic philosophy. It means when you're around somebody that's Kundalini awakened, their vibration, literally like a tuning fork, it raises your vibration. But it takes time. It's a slow burn. You know, it takes time to get there. Sometimes it happens spontaneously, but that means your soul was prepared for it right away. And sometimes it takes a great deal of cleansing and purification so that you're ready for the experience, because you do want to be ready for it. If you're not ready for it, it can cause tremendous problems, complete burning out of the chakras. I mean, it's always a welcome experience, but you do want to be ready for it to be a complete awakening where the energy rises to the crown, to the top of your head. Anyways, more on that. Kundalini is evolutionary energy. It's at the bottom of the spine, and it's in a state of potential for most people, which means that every single human on this planet has the potential to awaken it in this lifetime. When awakened, it rises up the central column, the spine. Progressively, as it's rising, it stops at individual energy points called the chakras. It blows them open and continues progressing upwards until it reaches the brain. Once it reaches the brain, it awakens the crucial Ajna chakra, the mind's eye chakra, and then it finishes its awakening process by raising up to Sahasrara. Sahasrara is the final chakra, the seventh chakra, the crown of the head. It's at the top of the head. And when this process is complete, it's not like you get enlightenment overnight. It's a very long and strenuous process that takes many, many years. Depending on where you are karmically, it may take you a couple of years to a dozen to 2 dozen years, or even a whole lifetime to work through the cleansing that's necessary on an energetic level so that you can attune to this higher level of consciousness that now gets awakened in you. And for me, I awakened my Kundalini in 2004, so I've been doing this a long time, and I took a very different approach to the entire phenomenon. Instead of taking the Eastern approach, which is dealing with the aftermath through yoga and different types of Eastern methods of cleansing, I used Western magic, or ceremonial magic, where you're working with the 5 elements: earth, air, water, fire, and spirit, and they correspond with the 7 chakras. And by working with these elements, you're working with the chakras, you're cleansing them, you're tuning them, you're purifying them, and the more negativity you remove from them, the more you liberate your consciousness so that it can raise itself to the height that it's meant to, which is what enlightenment essentially is. And it's a very strenuous process. It's a very difficult process. It's a purging emotional and mental process. And, it leaves a lot of people seeking for guidance and being unable to find it because it's a relatively new phenomenon, even though it's widely known. Kundalini is widely known as a form of yoga, but like I said, as an evolutionary energy that changes your very sense of self. It's most people don't really know about it in that way, and this has been my purpose and my path, is to bring the truth of what this experience is to the public, so that people who seek it, they know what to seek. People who already had it, they know what they can do to help themselves, because there are answers to this process. And yeah, so stay tuned for my books. I already have one book out called The Magus, and it's literally about you being the Magus, the master of the 5 elements: earth, air, water, fire, spirit, learning how to master yourself, know thyself, as the Greeks say. And this book, The Magus, Kundalini, and the Golden Dawn, came out in December 2019. You can get your copy on Amazon. I'm there for every single person. You can write me, you can message me. I'm there to help you and guide you in this process. The first experience I had starting with the Golden Dawn was adjusting to the ritual energy and realizing that ceremonial magic is exactly what the word says. It's magic. It's a process of magic, and in order to become attuned to the energies that you're working with, you have to accept the process, and you have to forget what you think you know about magic, about energy, about what's possible, because ceremonial magic is going to blow your mind, as will all magical techniques. And it's all about manifestation, but the rituals themselves, it's all about bringing in the energy. This is the key component. Is the key component of any ritual is turning on your motorcycle. No, wait, it's actually bringing in the energy. Or it's so, folks, whether you're turning on your motorcycle or whether you're shopping for a loved one, the key component is to stay inspired. Rev your engines. Brum, brum, brum. All right, well, let me fill you guys in. What is it you want to know? What is it that the answers that you seek? What are the things that you want to know about this world? What is the purpose of this life? Let's start right there. What is the purpose? Is it that brand new car? Is it that brand new house? Is it that job promotion? Or is it something else? Why is it that the richest of people, the famous, the Hollywood stars, the actors, the actresses, the musicians, why is it that these people, with all the riches and fame they have, why is it that they still are unhappy? Why is it that we constantly hear about them abusing drugs, alcohol, ending up dead even? Why are these things happening? We thought that the purpose was money, riches, fame. Is it? Maybe it's not. Maybe it's something else. Maybe it's something that my old pal Jim Carrey discovered after making the greatest comedies of all time in the 90s, blowing up, and then realizing this is not what life is about. Life is about the inner self. It's about the spirit within. It's about finding what truly fuels you and drives you. And sometimes being in the limelight will take you away from that. Sometimes solitude, as my old pal Jim discovered, is the best way to search for your inner self. It's the best way to find out who you really are. Because who are you? Are you the person that you look in the mirror and see? Or are you something else? Are you some spark within? Something that observes the mannerisms, the personality, the character of who and what you think you are? Is it something that stands apart and witnesses all of it? Is that the part of you that goes to sleep with you at night? The part of you that stays in your dreams, that moves around, that you're able to motion at night, move through lucid dreams and all these different things? What is the part of you that's really real? Who are you? This is the question that you must ask yourself at the beginning part of this journey, the spiritual journey. Who are you? What is it that you're seeking to achieve? I'm assuming the grand answer to it all would be enlightenment. But what does enlightenment mean for you? Is it getting all these material things and living some grandiose life that your ego always thought would make you happy, what most of you are going to find, it's not that. It's actually quite the opposite. It's discovering something about yourself that you didn't know was there, and then taking that thing and literally going with it and going all the way with it. This is how you will find your true happiness. Is it a motorcycle noise? Is it a this guy is completely making me lose my channel here, man. I'm trying to divulge and bring to you guys the mysteries of the universe. And we will do so because diligence and persistence is how we get through this. If I have to yell and shout this information to you, to bring it to you, I will. And if anything, if you can't hear me, at least marvel at my golden shine on my big bald head. Whatever the case may be. Where was I again? This guy is terribly distracting. But we must continue with that final question. The purpose and meaning of life. What is it? Honey? What is the meaning of life? Finding your purpose. Thank you. Actually, you read my mind. Even through all this loud turmoil of this motorcycle behind, the purpose of life is to discover your purpose. So, is the purpose of life something you create, or is it something you discover? What most of you are going to find is that the purpose of life is something you discover, not create. The things that we create have ego to them. There's a part of the ego that wants to create them because of some kind of reward. I'm going to call the cops on this guy.